Bosnia has been advancing lately, and it will continue to advance. In this episode, we will continue the conflicts with the Arabian Empire and the Byzantine Empire until we achieved our aim. And our aim is to unite the South Slavs as this. You may notice that isolated part here of Podrinia. We'll get that eventually. We'll just have to go for the big ones first. Bulgaria, Peloponnese, Drobrudia, and Bugad. So how do you say that last part? Because that's in Moldavia. As I'm not too familiar with Moldova today, or its people, or its culture. But we will fight them as soon as the peace deal expires in about 2 years' time. But we will go for the Arabian Empire again, but this is going to be a holy war for a different target. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. The Wahid Emirate. It's not much, but it's just to get us closer to Mesopotamia. Because one day we will have a possibility to enter the region and go for more riches. The riches of Mesopotamia, which is well documented as far as development is concerned. And we'll seize all the territory there. We shall have it. Let's see, as far as supply is concerned. Deploy here. That's the reason. And of course, you may have noticed that the Arabian Empire has been on revolt. So we will go for the Emirate of Euphrates and then to Baghdad itself. In case if the rebels win. Because this is a Mughal claim. And Mughal is up there. They revolted against them for the claim of the Sultanate. And he's very weak now. And the attacker holds the controls of war target. And attacker being them of the Nuri Sultanate. But it's just to push that claim. So they get Sultan Emir of Baghdad. And he gets to contest the title. The Zamide will go independent. It does not say anything about being independent. If it does, then that'll be very beneficial to us. It'll just get us closer to Baghdad. And look at the development here. That's the reason why we say go for the riches of Mesopotamia. In a month's time, we will advance, take the entirety of the Euphrates objective, and whoever stands in our way will be stopped. Ignore the rebels forces if you see them. Consider them as a... Yeah, we get the idea. Just capture 3 areas, and that's that. Board level 6, 3, 4. This is a poorly developed area. Well, poor would be an understatement, as it's pretty good, considerably by those standards, but it's just one of the poorer areas of the area. And the defenses that fail just pretty much tells you the story. Oh, I totally forgot about this. Look at the renown. And all that is one thing, but go for Squire tradition since, you know, our next ruler has a martial education, so help her out on this sort of thing. Since we have a faster renown gain now, maybe next time go for learning. Since we have a habit of doing that too when we finished our, you know. 2 weeks. That's how long these sieges last. 2 weeks. We'll turn back soon enough and deal with them. Or go all the way down to Medina. But don't go to Mesopotamia. Hope they get that Sultanate, and then that's when we'll invade Baghdad. At least take these surrounding areas here. Every little bit helps. Genius robust. Raqqa is next. If you get railroad supplies, then just split them all up here and we'll gather up. That is a rebellion. You would have very little support, and we will destroy you. You dare to stand up to Bosnia like this? Call that off right now. The Christiani faith will be with us. Not just Bosnia, but all over. You have made a big mistake. Okay, after this adventure here, then soon we will return deploy our forces in Rome, Latium, and we will deal with that rebellion. Any of the so-called Crusaders considered against the rebellion of the Christiani faith. Well, looks like they've ended that rebellion. And he's got, you know, he's got what he wants. I guess we'll have to go down and deal with them ourselves. that you're done with this little siege. All we need is a decisive victory, then return. The question is, you and what army? Attacker soldiers, defender soldiers. As I said, you and what army? It'll begin in a year's time. Save the money and lives before it gets out of hand. That John. Hey, Suryo. These will all go to you, just to benefit yourself. He was originally Serbian, but he changed his culture. We collected taxes once. We're not interested in increasing development. Well, he can't back out of that now. As I said, the whole Christianity world is with us. And what you got here is just... He's doing poor, but remember, right religion. Soon all the Catholics will be coming to our faith, and they're going to have to accept the fact. Will be deployed here when that time comes. All the more reasons why I should just kick him out, but what do we win out of it after we defeat him? Is he just going to remain our vassal? Where are you going? Helping out. I see. You can't just kill him. And giving him independence would only do much worse. Because he'll keep doing that very often. Now what makes you think of that? Drop that charade. We're about to be under attack. No contribution? Really? Bulgaria doesn't give us anything. It's almost like it's very autonomous. Now we'll have a lot more piety per night. So, calling Mihailo the Ecumenist scholar, the prophet, seems like a little out of the ordinary, wouldn't you think? December 9th. We'll save up all of our money for this. I know what to do. Raise the armies at the end of October. It's the only thing I'll be spending. Because it's one of the more valuable counties of Bosnia, is Pagania. What's the sport level? 15. It'll be over before it begins. That's what's going to be like in reality. Bishop Sunni. Or Sunni. In 5 years, we will have the ability to have bombards, which will make our advances much, much easier. Oh, what happened to him? Oh, cancer. Find you a spouse? I think inheritable traits are pretty much the least of the worries now, so just go for the one who's very skilled. Like him. Sorry about your prestige. Raise the armies now. 42 days? 42. Oh, okay, good. Because once they're all ready, we'll begin the events. It'll be over before it even began. Two, one, march. Some may still be left behind, but we get the idea. Holy orders won't be available, but watch this. There goes my soulmate. It's a miracle I've not had a mental breakdown at this point. Speaking of mental breakdowns, now that I think about it, wonder what happened to Mara, knowing that she is forgiving, compassionate, and chaste. Especially these first two traits where, if you even, like, the thought of coming up with a murder plot would just lose her mind. That's how it is at this point. Now I need someone with high stewardship. Christiani Norwegian. Alright. Even though I was at childbearing age, but I need it because of the domain that I control. The hordes of infidels rallied by Pope Stephanus have begun their march on Romania. These savage warriors, clearly inspired by Satan, will ravage our land and slaughter our people without mercy if we do not stop them. For the good of all Christianity faithful in Romania, we must prevail. That is a rebellion. It'll be over before it even begins. And the old Pope has died, replacing this new one here. But it is no matter. And we ask this question again. You and what army? What you are doing is delaying our progress to unite the South Slavs. Look at all that money you're wasting. Hiring mercenary after mercenary. Alright. We've taken this objective. But now we have to start killing them all. And by God, there are many. But we know no fear. Let's take them all out one by one. killing the main papal armies will add up to the war score. That's 1. But there will be many Christiani reinforcements to come to here. Since the battleground is here. It's the first time there was a crusade against the Christian faith. That's because we mended the schism. It's your business. This one's going to be the real kicker. But do remember, Romania consists of here and there. But to be exact, here. Not a single part of it should fall, which will be very easy. Knowing how many of us compared to how many he's hired. These slackers. And there are many more out there, but he doesn't get as much money as he used to for not only raised forces, but also the Catholic world is shrinking and turning to Christianity, thus lessening chances of that happening. One would think from that view of the Islamic world they're thinking, Europe's gone mad. Take advantage of the situation. And the Byzantine Empire can breathe a sigh of relief on this one. Meanwhile, there's no stopping the Mongols. They're probably going to go back over there. Or wherever they hide. But do not worry. The best place to resupply is in Rome. We don't have a decision. Musa. Really? Compared to these two? Musa, however, is a novice physician, so give him the chance. I got him. Be careful with him. He's one of our knights. So all we need to do is, well, win a couple more battles, and then eventually we'll have a war score from the held objectives that we control, so it'll come up. But it seems that the Italian forces are hell-bent on going that way. Bosnian Catholics. One of the few areas that's still stubbornly Catholic. He's hired this many mercenaries, but now he can't raise them anymore because we occupied his holdings. So don't let this number fool you. 20,000 were supposedly his, but the rest of them are just scattered. And occupying enemy territories will not help it. Winning battles is going to matter. But the biggest contingent is over there. Well, we know how to make supplies last. Well, guess not, because that's too many of that. We'll figure it out. Just don't go near us. Okay, split up. Split up so we can resupply before we continue our advance to anywhere. But remember this chivalry focus that I have here. And I may have a mental breakdown in the future if another friend of mine dies. Let them come. If they wish to retake back this area, let them. We'll just sit here and be... See what I mean? Guilt and shame has been plaguing me easily. All my sins, flaws, failings, these dark thoughts distract me from the responsibility and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish. What can I possibly help? I must be stronger to resist these impulses. I could do something about those. You know, hunts and feasts. But that'll be post-war. Let the enemy come. Just a few more decisive victories, then we'll have it. Stress level 1 means reduced fertility. We're all well supplied right now and we're ready to move. Okay. Go to your paths. Well, clearly, go this way. Safer. We'll follow you. We'll have our meetings here. Off we go. Let's go meet the enemy. Just win a couple more battles, then we have it. And I fear that my brother, well, he's gonna be alright. Now they're at Bosnia's doorstep. That's a hell of a army. Very well then. We'll go over these areas, we'll take much attrition as we can, and we'll be dealing with them. This way. We have to chase them down and meet them in battle. You're in my territory. Chances even. We'll wait. Wait for reinforcements. Okay, I guess we'll start fighting them here. I have the advantage. And they have the numbers. No, no, no. Their winning streak ends here. There's your decisive victory right here. Now it's going up. They can go wherever, but I'd like to see them try. I know what they're up to. Too late. No titles will change. The defenders divide piety 1. You'll keep. The pitiful soldiers of St. George were no match to our wars. Under the wise and pious leadership of Emperor Mihailo, the Christianity faith repelled the defenders and reaffirmed once more their claim over Romania. Perhaps the next time the Catholic bishop will not be so eager to throw away the lives of his followers futile attempt to test the power of God. The infidels tasted the wrath of God. Never again! Got it? Never again. Now, off to hunt. Gotta get rid of this stress. And then a feast soon afterward. Oh dear. Everyone believes me. Oh great, you killed somebody. Killed Nika, some local Bosnian. Still feeling fine after all this. What a man. From all my evenings watching stars, I have seen with my own eyes and only heard of before. The stars move at different speeds and reverse their course at different times, but seemingly in large groups, depending on which celestial sphere they belong to. Indeed, with the right calculations, one could even predict their movement. My patriarch does not approve, of course. Leave the skies be, the celestial realm is for the ghostly to know. You're right, I should focus on earthly matters. Unpressed claim of the County of Constantine, not to be confused with Constantinople. Strength is similar, but we're getting up there. Have a dance. Ruin Abu Razak's party. Ah, great. There, you've got Mongolia for yourself. We'll go to war against the Byzantine Empire very soon. I have interesting connections. Again, apparently, Italy, stubbornly Catholic, but that will remain so, until they realize the error of their ways. But we hope that all the Catholics that remain will convert to Christianity. It's the only way. You can't escape. And you know that Pope still has his mercenaries. So if he was to be a member of any faction, that would spell trouble. So come on, let's talk, alright? Alright. Remember your next it's Bulgaria is the next area to take. So it means we have to take Ohrid and Sturmica. Yes, correct. All this. I guess I'll continue on with this. Banate of Bulgaria. It may not be much, but it'll do. What's the best place to deploy? Because the supply limit is going to be a problem. Apparently here. Skopje. Put him here. Not worried about their holy orders. Ohrid will fall, then Sturmica. Then take care of the rest. Six, 20. What makes Ohrid a very valuable place to hold? But nonetheless, that'll be a hell of a border post to have. For the southernmost extent of the Bosnian Empire. This one's going to take a bit of time. 3 months. Alrighty. Now my health's doing poor, so... Well, Mario, reign may begin sooner than later. You will be the first Empress to rule Bosnia. And the first time that we'll be playing as a character with all 3 traits that has the virtues of a certain religion. It's never occurred before. They're going on the attack. They must be mad. think you better call for that holy order now, if available. Fortunately, we'll be bringing these slackers. No offense to them, but maybe we can have them. Won't cost much piety. Excuse me. Oh, god dang it. Once it's hired, you can't hire another. You sure? Okay, fine. You got what you got, alright? They'll be fully reinforced in time. They're in our yard now. Hold your position. We'll be defending, we're crossing and defending mountains, that's what they'll be doing. This is gonna hurt. Hired the wrong holy order. They got a terrible commander, so that's gonna cost them. Okay, Yazda's been wounded. Our knights are getting killed. Wounded. Duke Maximus must be a hell of a guy. Well, we captured him. Hell of a fighter he is, but not good enough for me. Stormitsa. After it. So we won that decisive battle. Just take the damn objective. Thessaloniki. Go for that next. He's convinced. Where the hell are you going? Oh, don't even think about it. Not a decisive victory will do. Oh, knight's been killed. Go for this one. Not related. Boy, it'll be interesting for the next conflict to take all of this as big land. We will be able to win it momentarily. Next time, be careful who you hire. Yep, all to Bulgaria. And next time, Philippolis. The biggest gain. And it'll make Bulgaria strong. And a huge step in uniting the South Slavs. What, another revolt? Peasant, yes. Oh god. Danish. He was one of the real good guys. No way to reduce stress now. I'll soon have another mental breakdown. Shall we attack Baghdad? Because think of it. It is the home of the House of Wisdom. Lots of holding taxes. Learning per level of fame, monthly lifestyle experience, cultural fascination. It's very tempting, because I would love to govern Baghdad for myself. Very, very valuable to me. So we can deploy from Syria, then head towards this area. And I'd subsequently put an end to the Sunni Caliphate there. But it still has negative party, so he cannot declare any kind of great holy war or jihad. What do you say? Oh, do not worry about the opinion of the Absolute Crown Authority. When Mara takes over, she will lower it. Right. Reintroducing Tengrism in the area. Where does the Byzantine Empire get its strength from besides Constantinople? Oh, anywhere around it. Particularly Thrace and Sagan, Aegean Islands, Bosnia. These areas here is where they get most of their strength from. But however, in this big area, oh, this is definitely going to bring them down a notch. This will definitely hurt them next time. It's too bad it can't murder, otherwise I'll be even more stressed and they like it too much. And I'll soon pass, but we shall declare one more war for Baghdad. Nuri Emirit. start here, on your way there. There's gonna be enough supplies for all of us. Whatever. Someone will be dead soon anyway. Herbert finished gathering. The army's already starting to move out. Yeah, govern Baghdad for myself. But who's gonna have the rest of the Emirate? I was walking outside and I got with the rest of my clothes. My foot slipped and I nearly tumbled. Thankfully, I caught my step before it was too late. It was still embarrassing to have it from the whole court. Must have looked like a fool. Just make a self-deprecating joke. You know, that kind of person. We'll begin working our way to them soon. Not gonna be a theologian at the end, but hey, good attempt. Will Egypt, Jerusalem, and Syria separate from the Bosnian Empire? That's the question I'm most concerned with. Where are the enemy? They're out there, but where are they? Anyways, continue taking the objectives. There's plenty more to go. So we got a siege master on board. Big one. Soon after that, and this. And then work your way down from there. It's a very well supplied place to be in. It'll be very beneficial. It's floodplains all over. After this war, we're going to introduce the bombards. Can the Jor cast spell? Just did. Like to have standing armies. It's for increased size of men-at-arms regiments. And one more men-at-arms regiment that would be needed. One more target. Where are they? Nowhere to be... Ah, there they are. We shall meet them in battle. If not, then we'll take the area then. See what it is here. So, take that. Turn around. Run, eh, like? Let them attempt to retake the position and we shall meet them. Here for Baghdad. Up we go. Chase them down. Need to catch them before they meet. Won't get as much taxes from Egypt. We got him. That's that. Prince Abraham II becomes the vassal. Hey, you're the one with that claimant for the Sultanate. I think we may have some use for you. Because, you know, the next time that we fight against the Arabian Empire, we can, push it for this whole thing. You will be very useful to me. Although, I would feel a bit jealous that I'm not going to get any part of Baghdad, but as I said, you'll be of great use to us. So let me send you some money. And subsequently, well, it can wait. What else I could do for you? I don't think I'll like it if it was a guardian of somebody. Think. My prisoner. You're out of here. Cannot sway you. But remember, refusing conversion is a crime. Then that'll give us an excuse to at least get rid of him, in case if he refuses. Let's see. I'll do this just for once. Okay, good. As I said before, you will be very useful to us. Pay up, everybody. And I'm going to send a couple more to you, just to get you out of debt. To get rid of that corruption that you've got going on in that land of yours. Next time we fight the Arabian Empire, we will not do a holy war, but a whole claimant. Days rightful ownership. Now, what does that mean? Seize all dead your lands. Oh, that's how we do it. Next time we fight against them, we will definitely unite the South Slavs. But not in this one, because and holding the kingdoms, that means any land that is not part of it yet, we'll get them all. But that time has not come yet. They've been making lots of friends. But we ain't scared. But I'm not going to be around for long, so hope Mara is ready. She may not have many of her children, but she chose this life. No, I raised her and I chose her to have those traits. It's her decision. Kai, coming through. Bunch of riches. And don't forget that Sonic had a... If we ever fight against him... No, we will not vassalize him, but we'll kick him out of there, basically. After we take Mesopotamia. Which includes Hamadan, which was originally Persian, but it's been part of that way. But nonetheless. 3 years. I don't think I'll be around 3 years. So it'll be up to Mara to finish the job. I wonder how Zenobia's gonna outlive me. Now let's try to get a few more nights before I die. Theological dispute with him. He's 19, you're 12. Also, I never noticed that we had a new patriarch. Policianism. No. That would contradict everything, and being rakish would just betray what I am. I will bite my lip and stay focused. Greetings, my lord. My name is Mihailo, the priest. Just a priest. Mihailo Komtroman. I have dedicated my life to studying and writing the scriptures. Perhaps my writings and guidance will be of use to you in your own studies. Let us write commentaries on these scriptures. Do that before I pass on. Don't you know what the Bible stands for to some people? It's basic instructions before leaving Earth. So, I have a limited time on Earth, so let us write the commentaries on the scriptures together. After days of hard labor, we look upon the pages scattered before us. The commentaries written are exhaustive and detailed. Thanks to Mihailo's guidance, I have a newfound understanding of the scriptures. I do believe the clergy would be interested in the work I have done. Oh, don't do that. Just say it's all thanks to Mihailo, depending on how honorable he is. He'll either share the glory with me, or he'll take all the credit. I think he's the kind of guy that's going to take all the credit, but I'll just go for this. He took all the credit. Well, could have learned something here. If I get stressed any further, then when I'm likely to die. Oh, he did not deserve this. Life's never been easy, but it feels like the loss of my son Priesta has pushed me over the edge. I still remember him as a baby, so tiny, so fragile, despite that he survived growing older till now when he suddenly stopped. I had many hopes for his future, so many things I wish he could now never come to pass. I think perhaps it is time. It'll be ending the truce faster. And Mara at 37 and pregnant. It's about time. Is a life without him even worth living? So now he's depressed. Sad, sad man. Look. I'll pay you. I guess he must have loved him. No doubt I will expire. Feast ruined by rival. Kinslaying murder. Oh, she's a worse person than I. To a degree. You know, Priesta was the original heir. Though my parents have passed away for some time, I suddenly recalled a warm and happy memory of them. Regardless of my feelings about them while they were alive, even after death, my memories of them can bring me joy. I'm glad. Recalled a happy memory about parents. Isn't that kind of odd he thinks of his ancestors? That's a old Slavic pagan way of thinking. Think about yourself before you think about, you know. Again, about to depart to serve, give up the ghost, go to heaven, all that. So sorry about all the bad things I said to those people. Oof. Keep an eye on those, particularly this one. We can get all the lands at once. Thank goodness that we have the ability to do that. Meanwhile, now they're going south towards Tibet. And even towards Rajasthan. So they're looking to invade Tibet and India. But he's losing all of them at once because, well, he can't handle that many wars at once. He has to do it one at a time. He may win some and lose some. Bigger level of devotion impact. Even more Christianity clergy opinion. Yeah, I'll go hunting for this once. I just want to get rid of this stress. I want to go back to my normal, less stressed self. Bounding through the hills, I'm getting on a flight I've been chased for hours. Just as I prepare to strike, I hear my vassal king, Svetislav, cry out in pain. He's fallen and he's clutching. He's like, "Move! I'm trained in medicine, apparently. Practiced field surgery." One last feast. Sanrana. Highly doubt I'll be around for one more war. French are good people. Let's see. 18 months. Can we declare one more war before I expire? Bled to death. Ah, he was a bleeder and a drunk. He was never wounded in battle, so we assumed that the combination of drunkard, just tiny penalty, and bleeder severe penalty, he did not live that long. Oh dear, what the hell's happening? Tyranny. I was recently gifted a sizable amount of herbal tea made from fruit and flowers of the elderberry plant. It is said to help with providing relief against common physical ailments like cold and fevers. Lose a bit of stress and medium boost to health. It's not going to be enough. I'm getting too old for this. And a melancholic thing, you know. Guess it cancels it out temporarily, but that's only for counting penalties if I was sick. This is you, Don't always feel like yourself. Won't be around in a year. And I keep saying that to myself. Pretty much Nicolina is the best child of them all. Because it's the one with all the good traits. And here it is. Emperor Mihailo of Bosnia has given up the ghost at 73 years of age. He died of old age. A charming man, he became famous for his elaborate feasts and grandiose balls. Well, 44 years. Hell of a run. Living legend, religious icon, strategist and gallant. 11 offensive wars and 1 defensive war, which was a crusade. He may have outdone Nicola, who was the first expansionist. But now it's Mara's turn. The first empress, the first Tsarina of Bosnia. And the first one to be inherited through primogeniture. So as Empress Mara ascends to the throne, being a talented military tactician, many expect her to lead the realm to many victories on the field of battle. Egypt, Jerusalem, and Syria still with us. She's a devoted servant, but not yet established her prestige, so... Which means if you were to declare a war for, you know, that Ban... What's his name? Jahan. Jahan of Anbar. Don't have enough prestige. Hey, wait a minute. What happened to... Oh no, you're still around. But they sultanate. Or Count Sharif. Ibrahim is his name. But I don't see no Abraham, but... Guess we can use an alternative, so that's good, while we have more claims. She's more towards overseer, it's not what I had in mind. But since we're on the offense... Army gold maintenance reduced. That may help. Absolute control, which means more tax and levies. Very good. Just pick up those 2 traits and work on strategy. She's not going to be one for fighting compared to her predecessors. But I'll start leading from the rear, which less likely to die in battle. kind of important these days. And that old elective system, which I can override anything, it will be Nicolina. Like it or not, it's going to be her. And introducing the elective system in the Empire of Bosnia would be a huge mistake. But I'm a very virtuous person. They can respect that. Some want to be on the councils, and we'll give it to them. In that order. Ban is upon Egypt. Oh, get out of here, because we're going to put someone there. Oh, it's worse. Well, we ought to watch out. Go for strategy. Take those two. Which I could get in 2 years instead of 3 years as you would, despite being a tough soldier. But thanks to Squire traditions and genius, there you go. So in 4 years I'll be an overseer. At 42 then. Become a strategist. Rest of the way there. Oh my goodness. Clearly, we're going to need to fight the Arabian Empire first. Strength similar, but we're not going to get all the benefits unless we get everybody together. But at least you respect me, because I'm virtuous. Hunt, feast, pilgrimage first. To Jerusalem. This is to get closer to Paragon of Virtue, which I'll no doubt get it when I fight against him. And another thing. Fending them off. Here's a little bit of prestige gain. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of folks who want to join the Liberty faction, which I'll be willing to lower the Crown Authority. Of course, you endorse me. Walk the holy path. Maybe we should fight them first, just to get rid of the Caliphate before they even have a chance to declare a jihad. And now let's go hunt, and then a feast. This is just to reduce the stress. I'm going to need a lot of prestige. I'm also trained in medicine. No precision. Who's not here? Just Stepan and the Queen of Serbia. Yes, she's the ruling queen. Who's married to Syria. That means that his children will have both Syria and Serbia. Here we go, we got up to the reasonable strength again. Is everybody good? At the most. But it's tolerable. Syria, Jerusalem, Serbia, and Steiermark. Whatever I could do to add more prestige. Less stress. Again, very forgiving, compassionate, and also chaste, so romancing will be highly unlikely. And just the mere thought of assassinating somebody would cause me to have a big stress. You a cannibal? You eat people? But nonetheless. So again, here's what we know. Seizing all these lands, highly unlikely. Because it would cause a huge drop to the level of fame. But we still have our holdings in the Middle East. That's good. Let's fight against the Caliphate for starters. For the prestige. And the piety. So I can become Paragon of Virtue. And we can use that as leverage to, well, take either all of Mesopotamia or all of Arabia. So start with them. We won't have as much knights as we used to. Let's move. What's the problem with old man? Guess that'll be you. I'll take this sail. Oh, I forgot about the bombards. We have bombards now. Forgot to bring them out. So, if we have the money for it, so after this conflict, just introduce it. Because you see, it's going to be taking this long now for fortifications like these. We don't have sappers anymore. Tough soldier, forter. Just like me, but unlike you, you're almost the opposite of me. I'll be willing to lay with him just to have at least one more child, or maybe with good traits. Just one last hope. He's out of here. What can I do to help you? So that way next time we could push your claim to get the whole of Mesopotamia. It says different rate, different dynasty, adds it up. I mean, as long as it helps you. Doesn't make me paragon of virtue yet. Send child to university. I didn't know there is such a thing. University buildings built my own. Sending a child there is beneficial. You may have a specific guardian in mind already. I ain't got no guardians. So, hang on here. Just put in this as an example. Choose a guardian for my court, but there's no valid characters. Does he really need to be? Swordplay. Just looking at it for example. It's about to say, what are you talking about? Never seen that feature before of being an owner of one's university. What was that for advanced education? It's never occurred to me before. There's a new basilisk. Okay. What? Go for this first. See how much reduction. As always. Analytic villa. I'm not sure what to say. Just say irresistible charisma. Good. Just want to live with him so that way we can have another child. Hopefully get one with good traits. Then maybe we'll rethink of who's going to be the next one to rule Bosnia. We'll end the episode soon. teach him a thing or two about a thing or two. And we'll get these two in the next episode. Okay, now with that perk, what's this reduced to? 5,000. That's reasonable. Either that or just do it the old way, where it costs less. But getting them all at once would be a coup. But if you want greater glory, then fight against the Arabian Empire. There's a lot of prestige in that. I'll be Paragon of Virtue soon. So maybe fighting against these guys. Fight them in a good size. And then, well, we know what you mean. We're in contact with them. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave it with this. We will reunite the South Slavs sooner or later. And also make the biggest gains against the Arabian Empire in taking areas like Mesopotamia and Arabia. And subsequently Oman will go as far as that, while uniting the South Slavs. And then figure out, well, what else can we do from here? And, of course, meanwhile, Mongols are advancing, but we can't guarantee they'll be winning a lot. There'll be some wars that they'll have to lose, which means they'll have to pay war reparations. And they're going to be negative money. And with the negative money that they'll be having, I'm saying negative money because it's funny to me. And that will cause, well, all sorts of problems with their advances. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. And we hope Mara to be at her most virtuous self, which she will be in no time. She will be Paragon of Virtue. All that and more. But until then, so long for now.